Have you ever stopped and thought that every time you touch a piece of money, you're sending out a prayer? An invisible message, a vibrant energy, you're programming for your financial future. Money isn't lifeless. It has a soul. It listens. It records. And more importantly, it responds. Money is a silent friend quietly awaiting your command. Those who speak to money through worry, through fear, receive chaos and disconnection in return. But those who speak to money with faith receive companionship, prosperity, and open a new flow of abundance. I once met a woman who had exactly $2 left in her wallet. Her eyes were filled with fear and despair. But instead of complaining, instead of shrinking back into scarcity, she chose to bless. She expressed gratitude to those $2. And just a few days later, she received a financial gift of $6,000. That wasn't a miracle. It was the law of the spoken word, the law of energy, the sacred law of alignment between humans and the universe. Florence Scovel Shinn taught, one can transform circumstances by waving the magic wand of their words. This statement isn't merely poetic symbolism, it's a practical tool, a key to reprogramming reality. If you've ever looked at money and said, "I don't have enough," then you've unknowingly commanded money to stay away from you. But today, you're going to learn a completely new way to converse with money. A method, not merely to feel better, but to genuinely change your reality. I'm going to share with you a series of personal mantras, words, and gentle yet profound rituals that turn every interaction with money into a sacred moment. No longer merely spending but creating. No longer an expenditure but a summoning. And if you think these things are only for superstitious people, hold on, because right now, you're about to discover what exactly is the golden hour for programming the subconscious mind. Why can an ordinary person change their destiny simply by whispering a phrase before sleep? Keep watching, because the following segment will grant you a tool Florence calls the invisible magic wand, and if practiced correctly, it can create very real miracles in your finances and in your life itself. Are you ready to dive deep into the first secret, the truth that money directly responds to your vibrational frequency? This isn't vague philosophy. It's a reality that can be verified down to the smallest detail. 1. Money is not neutral. It's a mirror reflecting your energy. Imagine a kaleidoscope. When we shine a beam of intense positive light into it, it reflects a vibrant spectrum of colors. Conversely, if the light carries anxiety, fear, or stress, the kaleidoscope only magnifies shadows and darkness. Money works exactly like that kaleidoscope. Every time you interact with money, whether withdrawing cash from an ATM, paying bills, or holding $1, you emit a frequency. It's not your words, but the emotional pattern you hold when you touch money. If you sigh, feel silent dread, or shrink in anxiety, you're sending a signal that says, stay away. Money doesn't honor that energy. It responds by slipping away from you. On the other hand, if you hold money with respect, gratitude, and say inwardly, thank you for your service, you're broadcasting an attractive frequency. Money responds like a living being. This isn't magic, it's how energy works. Florence Scovel Shinn once taught that every dollar is divine substance passive until you program it through your consciousness. Expansion preview. In the next part, I'll share detailed inner statements you can use to instantly raise your frequency each time you touch money. 2. People who say, I don't have enough might lack money, but they're actually commanding the universe to stay away. A person who is worried about finances often says things like, I don't have enough money. I'm deeply in debt. There's so little money. Did you know when you say these things, your subconscious, the great passive listener, registers them as commands? The universe doesn't distinguish whether you're complaining or genuinely praying. It only sees one signal: keep away. Florence emphasized that your words are the tools creating your reality. If you speak from a place of scarcity, you create or reinforce scarcity. These phrases, though common, carry impoverished energy. It's a simple law. Say money won't come, and money responds exactly that way. This explains why many hardworking people working 60-70 hours per week still see their money vanish. It's not because they lack effort, but because they're emitting a sabotaging frequency, not enough, can't, not ready yet. Meanwhile, those who seem to put in less effort attract financial ease because they speak from possibility, trust, and fearlessness. Expansion preview. Later, I'll introduce a powerful list of energetic affirmations you can use to replace these negative statements and exactly how to speak them for maximum effect. 3. Money is divine energy, inseparable from spiritual reality. This part breaks a long-standing belief, the idea that money and spirituality are opposed. Many people are taught that spiritual growth requires avoiding greed, rejecting wealth, or even feeling guilt for desiring abundance. But according to Florence, this belief is just a false program. Money is a form of infinite creative energy, like the creative force of the universe, only expressed in tangible currency. Once you understand that money originates from the divine source, you no longer need to feel guilty about wanting it. Prosperity that comes from faith, gratitude, and responsibility becomes a sacred service, a platform to fulfill your greater purpose. For example, when you affirm, "I serve life through what I create from this money," you're transforming money into a tool for service, rather than the ultimate goal itself. This frees you from shame, guilt, and opens paths to creation, creativity, and generosity. Expansion preview. In the next section, I'll share direct quotes from Florence's original works and provide mini meditation practices to reconnect daily with this divine energy. 4. Blessing money. A powerful affirmation like a magic wand, transforming every financial interaction into growth energy. Did you know Florence imagined every interaction with money as a sacred opportunity to bless, not merely saying thank you, but issuing a powerful declaration to the universe? Here's the mantra from the video. This money is divine substance. It cannot be depleted. It flows to me and through me under grace and multiplies as it goes. You see money not merely as a physical unit, but as a sacred point of light awaiting your declaration. When you speak these words with deep trust, you're not only making money inexhaustible, you're signaling the universe that you're a channel of abundance. But speaking words alone isn't enough, you must believe and feel them. Florence taught that you must speak calmly with clear intent like a deep prayer. Each syllable must emanate from your inner power, not from vague hope. Expansion preview. I'll include a step-by-step guide on exactly when to speak, how to craft powerful declarations, combining words and emotions, and specific daily situations for practicing this mantra. 5. The golden hour for programming your subconscious, morning and night, sacred moments for installing prosperity energy. In the very first hour after waking, before checking your phone, or thinking about work, if you calmly speak a statement of wealth, while your heart is at ease, your subconscious will accept it without resistance. Conversely, just before sleep, if your mind floods with anxiety about money, you transform your subconscious into a theater, replaying these fears throughout the night. Florence called these two moments the most fertile gateways to the subconscious. Upon waking, you affirm, "Every dollar I touch returns blessed and multiplied." Before sleeping, you say, "I now draw from abundance within and see wealth without." Speaking before sleep isn't just about belief, it's about placing your soul and money in a receptive state, easily multiplying abundance through the night. Expansion preview. I'll share a detailed 7-day process to practice twice daily blessing, building an automatic reflex toward prosperous energy. Many have already seen powerful results within just 3 to 5 days. If you feel this deeply resonates, if you've caught yourself uttering negative phrases about money and realize it's time to change, comment below right now, "I choose powerful words," or "Money flows to me under grace." Together, we'll create a community sharing affirmations, celebrating successes, and supporting each other in raising our positive energy frequency. In the next video, don't forget to share your personal affirmations. I'll read and respond to each one personally. You may think power lies only in a phrase, but what's truly powerful is the emotion that accompanies that phrase, the sensory neural connection from ritual to daily action. In the next section, we'll analyze ways you can combine mantras with small daily actions, withdrawing money, paying bills, receiving digital invoices. Provide a guided 5-minute meditation to raise your frequency before interacting with money. explore the topic of cancellation statements, how to nullify past negative statements, clearing your inner space before planting new words. If you're ready to transform every financial interaction into a sacred moment of financial empowerment, stay tuned. The next part is your key to turning theory into reality. Every small action with money is an energy ritual if you're aware. Florence once wrote, when you bless something, you're not only increasing it, you're raising yourself up to that same frequency. This statement isn't only true for beautiful thoughts or prayers, it applies equally to everyday actions. Withdrawing money from an ATM, setting your wallet on the table, paying a credit card bill, or receiving your paycheck via email. All these are energy rituals, provided you add emotional intention and awareness. The difference lies entirely in your mental content at that exact moment. Imagine this morning you pick up your wallet, and instead of sighing at your balance, you place your hand gently upon it, smile softly, and whisper, I am grateful for all the money that has come and is flowing to me. I am an unlimited channel of prosperity. You might think it's just a small action, yet this is exactly the secret wealthy people understand about energy. They maintain continuous alignment from emotion to words to actions. No action is too small if done consciously and with love. Expansion preview. In the next section, I'll guide you through 5 small daily actions that you can practice immediately to live as a millionaire in consciousness. Words are good, but the emotions accompanying them are the seeds that bring everything to life. You might memorize dozens of affirmations. You might repeat them hundreds of times. But if each affirmation carries doubt or an attitude of, let's see if this works, then you're planting seeds that won't yet sprout. Florence always said an affirmation isn't a magic wand, it's a key to open a door. Once opened, you must step through with genuine emotion and gratitude before seeing results. In other words, emotion is fertilizer. When you say, I always have more than enough money, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and imagine embracing this abundance as though welcoming a dear friend home. Let your heart expand freely without resistance. Speak as if you've just received an incredible gift, feeling grateful to the point of tears. Only then does the affirmation come alive. The universe doesn't respond merely to words, it responds to the emotional state you embody when speaking them. Expansion preview. In the next section, I'll show you exactly how to use visualized emotion to add real power to your affirmations, even if you don't yet fully believe them. Each time you spend money, treat it as planting seeds, not experiencing loss. One of the most common fears is watching money leave. Florence shattered this fear with the concept money going out is money planting. When you pay money, you aren't losing, you're investing. Not just externally, but investing into the energy field you desire to inhabit. Instead of sighing as you pay, gently say, I am grateful for this service. I plant this money into divine soil, and it returns to me multiplied tenfold. You could write this statement on the back of your receipts, or simply whisper it silently. This practice reprograms your mind to feel joy instead of resistance when money leaves. Only when your mind stops resisting the flow can money truly return effortlessly. Expansion preview. Next, I'll introduce a practice called the gratitude receipt, transforming each payment into a blessing ceremony. Your frequency spreads powerfully. Have you noticed, when you're around someone with prosperous energy, you feel more confident, lighter, braver? That's because you're resonating with their frequency. Florence called this a unified energy field, where one person plants faith and others reap its nourishment. When you comment an affirmation under this video, you're not only reminding yourself, you're programming the collective universe. When multiple people repeat together, money flows to me under grace in miraculous ways. This affirmation becomes a wave that spreads widely. So write down and share how you feel about money and today's lessons. It's not merely a connection, it's a celebration of consciousness, where souls lift each other higher. Comment, I am planting prosperity to receive support from the community and collectively raise our energy. Reprogram old statements. Cancel negative words to clear your mind and make space for abundance. Florence deeply valued this tool, cancelling negative statements immediately after they slip out. Being human occasionally, you might accidentally say, oh no, I'm totally broke, or money always slips through my fingers. As soon as you realize this, instead of feeling regretful, quietly whisper, as Florence suggested, I cancel that statement, I give it no power, I choose a new truth. Then immediately replace it with a positive affirmation. For example, money always finds its way to me easily and unexpectedly. This practice isn't about comforting yourself, it's about preventing an erroneous command from embedding itself in your subconscious. The more you clear these accidental statements, the clearer your channel for receiving becomes. The universe doesn't require perfection, just your honesty and flexibility in shifting perspectives. Expansion. Preview next, I'll share a ritual called the clearing statement, a quick 30-second practice before bedtime to erase negative thoughts or words accumulated throughout the day, especially useful for busy individuals. Now you have the tools, from words, emotions, and actions to community support. But there's something deeper, the subconscious beliefs you carry about money from childhood. In the next section, I'll help you identify old financial beliefs that still haunt you, guide you through a simple 3-step process for rewriting your personal money story. Share Florence's method of storytelling to heal financial wounds deeply embedded within. Stay tuned, because the next part will help you address and heal root issues, so you won't merely speak of prosperity, but genuinely live aligned with your soul's abundant nature. And now, if you're still here quietly listening, that alone speaks volumes about you. It shows you're not merely someone who wants to earn more money, but rather someone who wishes to understand, heal, and live harmoniously with money as a sacred flow of energy. Florence once said, "Money is not a destination, it's a gentle companion sent to serve the mission of your soul." If you're on a journey toward abundance, not just in your wallet but within your heart, then you're not alone. Here we have each other, a community collectively awakening, healing, and co-creating a prosperous reality through the gentleness of words, emotions, and faith. Today you've listened, felt, and opened your heart to receive. Yet the true beauty isn't contained solely in this video, it lies in the actions you will take afterward. Perhaps it's a new affirmation you'll whisper softly to yourself in the mirror. A moment of blessing the money in your hand. A quiet minute of gratitude before sleep. Or simply choosing not to blame money anymore, but smiling at it like a friend who has returned home. The universe doesn't require perfection from you. It only asks for honesty about your desire to heal, and today you've already begun. If something in this video has touched you, a phrase, a moment, an emotion, please share it below. Your comment won't just be a line of text, it'll be an energetic signal sent out into the universe. Right, I am stepping into a new relationship with money and love and gratitude. Who knows, your small message might become the guiding light for someone else just beginning their journey. And you, without even realizing it, have become their beacon. If this is your first time visiting this channel, treat it as a small sanctuary for your mind and soul. Here, we don't teach conventional ways of material wealth. Instead, together, we remember that true wealth begins from within. Press subscribe if you want to. Be reminded weekly that you are worthy. Have a safe place to return when your mind feels unsettled. Walk alongside other souls, moving gently yet firmly along the path of spiritual financial awakening. Not to simply follow, but to connect more deeply with your true self. In our next video, we'll journey into the morning, the golden hour, to program your subconscious, a sacred time to plant seeds of abundance even before the world awakens. You'll learn a 5-minute practice to synchronize emotions and thoughts, how to breathe with money each morning, a weekly set of prosperity affirmations customized for each day. Get ready, because your new dawn won't come from the sun. It will arise from the inner light that you've just ignited. Thank you, my precious companion. You haven't merely watched, you've felt. You haven't just listened, you've truly heard. You haven't merely thought about money, you've chosen to love it, understand it, and forgive it. And as you do, this money is finding its way back to you, not something to chase after, but a flow you're now fully living within. See you in the next chapter, where your financial dreams become lighter, more sacred, and more real than ever before. Before sleep is when your subconscious opens, ready to receive and cleanse all residual energy from the day, Florence once wrote. The state before falling asleep is the soul's most powerful silent prayer. Have you ever gone to bed exhausted from overspending, worried about debt, or restless because you felt you haven't earned enough? Those feelings don't vanish when you close your eyes. They seep into your subconscious like seeds into fertile soil growing silently through the night. That's why many people wake up feeling heavy or trapped in ongoing financial struggles. They don't realize that sleep itself is reinforcing the patterns they're trying to escape. Expanding from part 1. You've learned how to consciously speak to money while awake. Now it's time to learn how to be silent in the right way. With money as you sleep, energy clearing, a 5-minute ritual to forgive, release, and cleanse your financial inner world. Florence didn't call this ritual a meditation. She saw it as a gentle cleansing ceremony. Lie comfortably in bed with your hands on your heart or belly. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, then softly begin to whisper, "I forgive myself for fearing money. I forgive money for past misunderstandings. I forgive everyone who made me believe I wasn't worthy. I cleanse all negative memories related to money." With each phrase, breathe out slowly. Visualize the old energy dissipating into the universe like gentle grey smoke. Don't force anything and don't analyze. Simply allow everything to leave. Florence emphasized, no new doors open if your soul is still filled with resentment or feelings of unworthiness. Forgiveness is the starting point for fertile emptiness. Community. If you practice this ritual tonight, leave a comment, "I have cleansed my mind," so we can witness and support each other in this healing journey. Bedtime affirmation. Nighttime programming for a financially brighter tomorrow. After cleansing your old energy, you can now plant a fresh seed into your subconscious. Florence suggests repeating just one soothing statement with trust and ease. "I am being divinely guided. Every good thing and all the money I need are already on their way to me." If you created your own affirmation from the earlier sections, feel free to use that instead. The key is to speak with a relaxed heart. Don't try to believe or force belief. Let it gently enter your subconscious like a lullaby. Florence taught, your last words before sleep become the first instructions for tomorrow's energy. Expanding from part 3. Now that you've rewritten your money story, let it deeply integrate into your dreams tonight, making peace with money that has left redirecting love toward past expenditures. Have you ever paid a large amount and later regretted it? Been deceived, lost money through a poor decision? Don't allow these memories to continue clinging to your energy field. Write down or visualize those amounts of money that left you in the past and send blessings back to them. "I thank that money for serving me even in ways I may not fully understand. I release it peacefully so it can return when ready more abundant, more beautiful, more joyful." Florence called this the redirecting ritual, as if money is no longer something you control but a companion. When you stop resenting your companion, they naturally return to you. Now you know how to heal, forgive, and cleanse. Yet your financial energy doesn't just need cleansing, it needs sustainable growth. In the next section, I'll share the principle of the 3 levels of spiritual finance. Florence's application of spiritual laws to keep money, how to create a spiral of growth through gratitude, faith, and small actions. A guided morning ritual to start each day in a prosperous energy field. Keep watching, because the journey ahead will help you not only attract money, but also hold it, nurture it, and allow it to serve your soul's true dreams. The law of the universe isn't just about attraction, it's about sustaining and flourishing, Florence once wrote. Anything that comes divinely can be retained, expanded, and multiplied under grace. This is especially true with money. You might attract a sudden windfall, you might manifest a large contract, but if deep within, you aren't prepared to hold, nurture, and grow it, the money will slip through your fingers like rain falling on unfertile soil. So, how do you retain and multiply finances according to spiritual law? Florence suggests 3 layers of practice. Layer 1, consciousness of planting. Layer 2, consciousness of nurturing. Layer 3, consciousness of sacred distribution. Let's explore each layer in depth. Layer 1, consciousness of planting. Treat each small word and action as a financial seed. You don't need big actions to begin. You need small actions with big awareness. Every affirmation, every time you bless money, every small act of generosity done from a state of abundance is a seed. You're planting a prosperity mindset into the fertile soil of your subconscious. Florence says, Those who sow with gratitude will reap in amazement. Begin each morning with this simple ritual. Today, I plant seeds of faith, love, and abundance. Every thought I think is a financial seed. You don't need to see immediate results. Just as with seeds, you simply trust in the season. Those who understand that all things begin invisibly don't become impatient in the visible. Expanding from the previous section. Now that you've learned how to cleanse energy and reset beliefs, it's time to plant into fresh soil. Layer 2. Consciousness of nurturing value and manage money as a living energy flow. Florence's approach was different from traditional wealth mindset. She didn't just talk about saving or investing. She talked about the energy you offer money when you hold it in your hands. Money dislikes ingratitude. Money won't stay with the careless. But money will remain loyal to those who lovingly cherish it as a friend. Instead of simply checking account balances, try expressing gratitude every time you receive money, whether it's $1 or $100. Keeping financial records as if tending to a precious plant. Viewing every expense as gratitude offered to life. I nurture money as I nurture the light with gratitude and respect. You're not holding money. You're creating a loving environment in which money wants to remain. And when money feels safe, it invites more of its friends. Layer 3. Consciousness of sacred distribution, sharing not from scarcity, but from belief in abundance, Florence once said. Every dollar given from a trusting heart returns as a deity bearing gifts. This isn't giving to appease the universe. It's demonstrating that you've shifted from lack to enough, from fear of loss to understanding circulation. Even a small act of financial sharing, buying someone coffee, supporting someone in need, or rewarding yourself acts as an invisible declaration, I trust in the divine source. Ask yourself, what can I share this week from a state of abundance? Am I hoarding money out of fear, or am I ready for even greater things? Community. Leave a comment. I am becoming a distributor of prosperity, to affirm you're not merely attracting money, but becoming a radiant source of divine financial flow. Now you understand clearly, to retain and multiply money, you must plant, nurture, distribute. But how can you maintain a steady frequency of prosperity each day despite fluctuations? The answer lies in the golden hour of early morning. In the next section, I will share a 5-minute morning ritual to reprogram your financial mindset daily, guide you through a gentle meditation to align your words, emotions, and inner visuals. Provide a set of high-energy affirmations for daily rotation throughout the week. If you've ever awakened anxious about money, the upcoming section will help you start each day with stability, trust, and creative ease. Thank you for your presence and companionship. If this section has helped you see money through new eyes, please share the video and comment, I plant, nurture, and share money with love. We aren't simply learning about money, we're using money as a spiritual tool to become the brightest version of ourselves. And now, if you're still here quietly listening, that alone says so much about you. It tells me you're not just someone who wants to earn more money, but rather someone who desires to understand, heal, and live in harmony with money as a sacred flow of energy. Florence once said, money is not a destination, it's a subtle companion sent to serve the mission of your soul. If you're on a journey to find true abundance not only in your wallet, but within your heart, then you're not alone. Here we have each other. A community awakening together, healing together, and co-creating a prosperous reality through the gentle power of words, emotions, and faith. Today you've listened, felt deeply, and opened your heart to receive. But the most beautiful part isn't contained within this video, it's within the actions you'll take afterward. Perhaps it's a new affirmation you'll whisper softly in the mirror, a moment spent blessing your money, a quiet minute before sleep, or simply choosing to no longer blame money, but instead smile at it as you would at a friend returning home. The universe doesn't ask for perfection, it only asks for your honesty and sincere desire to heal, and today you've already begun. If anything in this video has touched you, a phrase, a moment, a feeling, please share it below. Your comment won't just be words on a screen, it will be an energetic signal sent directly into the universe. Right, I am stepping into a new relationship with money in love and gratitude. Who knows, perhaps your small act of sharing might become the guiding light for someone who is just beginning their journey. And you, without even realizing, may become their beacon of hope. If this is your first visit to this channel, treat it as a small temple for your mind and soul. Here, we don't teach conventional ways to achieve material wealth. Instead, we remind each other of this truth: genuine wealth begins from within. Hit subscribe if you wish to. Receive weekly reminders that you're truly worthy. Have a safe space to return to whenever your mind feels unsettled. Walk alongside other souls who are moving gently yet steadily along the path of spiritual financial awakening, not merely to follow, but to reconnect deeply with your true self. In our next video, we'll journey into the morning, the golden time, to program your subconscious, where you can install abundance before the world even wakes up. You'll learn a 5-minute practice to synchronize your emotions and mindset, how to breathe with money every morning, a set of prosperity affirmations customized for each day of the week. Get ready, because your new dawn won't come from the sun. It will come from the inner light you've just awakened within yourself. Thank you, my precious companion. You've done more than just what you've felt. More than just listened, you've truly heard. You've done more than think about money. You've chosen to love it, understand it, and forgive it. And as you do, this money is also finding its way back to you, not something to chase after, but a gentle stream that you're now living within. I'll meet you again in the next chapter, where your financial dreams become lighter, more sacred, and more real than ever before.